Hi, welcome to the final part of the Lowrider build. I've also trying to put a little Easter egg sneak peek into what the next build will be. Don't know if you can tell what it is, but let's get the Lowrider on and let's get it finished. Right, first up, we're going to put the chain back on, the original chain. It's pretty salvageable, it's pretty usable. There's no real rust, and always make sure you check to see if there's a split link on there before you go to the effort of taking it all apart, because if you do that it saves you having to mess about, because you just undo that clip, all comes apart. Anyway, lesson learned, check beforehand. But I thought obviously I'd do it for you, for your benefit, show you how to take a chain off. It wasn't really that I didn't look and I'm that silly. So to put it back on, simply the reverse of taking it off, put it back into the chain splitter, line it up, and then send the pin back in. And you just basically, I don't know if you can see on camera because it's quite a way off, but you're basically going to send the pin until it's flush with the others like that. That jumped. Just it's not quite lined up. That's it. I think. Not quite. Just seems to jump on that last bit. Just so this is where it would have been easier just to take the split pin link out. That's it. Not able to see from there, but basically that's it, all in. Wrap that down the chain. We're going to have to offer up the wheel, put the mudguard stays in first and then kind of put it in, so it's going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll get there. So chain round first. Get these fenders in. In. I think what's going to be easier is just to pop that sissy bar back off. Right, so instead of fighting the sissy support, I could take it all off I suppose, but what I'm going to do is I've undone the nut on the fender to drop the whole back of the fender down so I can get the wheel in, get the supports on, then bring it and send it in. So we'll do that now. So chain on first, which is probably out of shot, but all I'm doing is wrapping the chain around the rear sprocket. Really need more than two hands, I suppose. So fender support on. And the other one. And the other side. There's one. Two. Lock that into position. Just line the fender up as well so it sits back in the bracket. Usually everything drops off and goes back on the floor again, but I'm trying to do it. Tell you what, I'll secure the wheel in a little so at least these are not going to be on the floor. Another reason why I don't fully valet everything before I put it on, because you end up getting oil everywhere and then you end up running it down the tyres, the frame. Just make sure I keep it off the seat. So I'm just putting the 10mm nut back on the fender support here. Tighten that up. Okay, so that's the lion's share of it. So now all I need to do is set the distance so the chain's not flapping like that. Tighten those up. And then we can get on with finishing and then a bit of detailing, then we're done. So I'll set that back so it's not overly tight. There's no real, there's a bit of play but not, you know, I'm going to risk the chance of it bouncing off. So one thing I should have said, it's a catalogue of errors sometimes, is the coaster brake arm, which you'll have seen when I put on, I should have lined that up first before I started getting giddy and tightening up. So basically I just need to loosen this a little, spin the arm around on the other side so it meets the frame, and then we can tighten up. I think in all the excitement of nearly getting finished, I'd forgotten some of the basics. So what I'll do is I'll sort that and then I'll show you, when we get the bite down, I'll show you what I meant. If you don't support that arm when you're braking, what will happen is it will try and travel and the coaster brake then becomes useless. It just basically spins the arm round instead of it being anchored. So basically we should see so I can something wrong there. Basically I've not put the kickstand up, so it's kicking the kickstand. I thought we've got some major difficulties there, major problems. So we're pedalling and then brake. Spot on. So final job, besides valeting, get the chain guard on, and let's drawing this to a close. Right, the chain guard is held on with a couple of these little collared screws, one at the back, one at the front. So basically the back one regulates the forward and back movement of the chain guard, so you're not catching the chain, so I just put that in loosely. And the front one regulates the up and down. So what I tend to do is put it on relatively in close position to where it should be finally. And then set the back once I've done. That should. Superb. And that closes it off really. Well, that wraps up this build. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've come quite a long way from when I picked it up to what it looks like now. What I'll do is I'll stick some pictures after this video, just of before and afters. I'm sure you'll be happy to see those. But I've really enjoyed it. I think it's come up well. Hope you've enjoyed being with me, and look forward to seeing you on the next project, which will be coming up soon. Cheers. Bye.